Hello and welcome to Straight Dude Date Night, a show where two straight dudes go on a date and they review it. My name is David Stallings and I am one of these straight dudes.
And I'm Ricky Rivera, the other straight dude.
Today we heard about a good movie, and so we went and endured the wrath of the Christmas mall. Okay, we made it happen. We made it happen for you to go see this movie for you.
But it was brutal. It took 20 minutes probably.
It was actually 20 minutes. I was making jokes in the car that maybe we pretend we see the movie and then do the episode, or maybe we just drive around and we could review the drive itself. And that would have been...
We could have. We barely found a spot. We were going to be going for another 20 minutes.
If we did not find a spot when we did, we were going to start missing the movie, and then at that point, all bets were off.
Yeah.
Of what would have happened today.
And that's fact, because we walked in at the last AMC trailer we have.
Yes. The person was saying we make movies better, and then the movie was starting as we sat down. Yeah. It was perfect timing. It worked out great. It's just I was driving, and I was irritated. I forgot that Christmas is happening, so.
It was wild. The mall is so busy. I mean, we've seen that mall go from just be popping to nobody cares to popping all over again. Yep. And that's through holidays.
Yes. So we are back. We are back to the big popping of this mall, and that's the closest one now. So we will continue enduring it.
Unfortunate,
but we do.
There was a farmer's market in this place we normally park.
Yes, there's always good parking at that spot, and they took all the parking from every human being by putting the farmer's market there. Absolute degeneracy. I'm super mad at the mall for doing that. Every time it's like, this is the go-to. Yeah, this is the extra parking. We will find something there. Nope. They put up all the tents there so no one could get in. All of you suck.
And then they had some other rows and they made it valet. And it's like, who's paying for
Who is valeting at this mall? We're not in anywhere special. This is Glendale. Who is valeting here?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But we did it so we could see the movie for you. And for me. And for us.
Worth it.
It was. I've heard nothing but good things about this. Otherwise, I would not. If I didn't see, literally, I saw multiple YouTube thumbnails with titles that were like, bro, this movie was actually good. And then I texted you and I'm like, I've heard Godzilla's good.
See, I've heard Godzilla was good on Twitter. I kept seeing people saying like how good it was. And I have some buddies of mine that I watch the Godzilla and Kong movies with and all those movies, and they appreciate him just as much as I do.
Yeah, you're a big Godzilla fan, right?
Monster fan. Monsters in general, bro. They're just so fun. So like knowing that they enjoyed it, I was like, oh, this could be good.
Yeah.
So we had the choice between this and The Boy and the Heron, which I also love Studio Ghibli movies, or Ghibli, whatever you want to, however it's pronounced.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, Ghibli. Yeah, I like those movies a lot. But as soon as I watched that trailer for Godzilla, I was like, nah. We're watching that.
Yeah.
That movie's awesome. I saw one scene in the trailer of Godzilla just stepping through the town, and I said,
done.
Buying the ticket.
Ricky, you're so easy to please, I feel like.
It's awesome. It's just mass destruction. It's every just, like that 12-year-old boy that just wanted to break everything in his possession. Yeah. Just came out of me. I was like,
oh, yeah, finally I can let this out. Here we go.
Keep going. I wanted Godzilla to win. I wanted him to just melt everybody.
I did not. This was a terrifying movie to me.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
I've never seen any Godzilla movies. And so my perception about this is just, I did not know that there's a whole world that they've been developing. I know that this one is a one-off.
Yeah, this is its own thing.
But so my perception was like, how many times can they rehash the same thing? Is what I assumed it would be. And
similar like Spider-Man. There's different Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. This is its own thing.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. The only other kind of movie similar to Godzilla I've seen, where it's like a big monster attacking or something, is Pacific Rim. With the robots. I saw that with my dad when it came out, and that odd movie to me. It was a weird movie.
I don't think I ever saw Pacific Rim. I started watching it and I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah, I guess that's wrong. The other movie I did see another one, and it was Monsters vs. Aliens. You remember that animated DreamWorks movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen this. I know exactly what this movie is.
Dude, I don't know what it is about these movies. They're so fun to watch. Like the King Kong Skull Island and just Godzilla King of the Monsters, all that, bro. I love it. I get so amped. I saw that the other one's coming out the Godzilla X Kong, and I can't wait personally.
Well, it's very clear that it's already been established that anything with a monkey in it, you're super hyped about.
So, dude, next year is Year of the Monkey. We got Godzilla and Kong. I thought that was movie of the year until I saw that there's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out.
Oh golly!
And now it's they're co-headlining movies of the year.
Oh my
Nothing
gosh.
will beat those in 2024. I promise you that.
I would love to see, I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to see.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, those movies are going to be insane. You just got to, they're just monkeys, just taking over. It's awesome.
It doesn't. Okay.
Dude,
I still don't understand the monkey meta like you do.
Dude,
but
imagine monkey versus Godzilla. It's awesome.
I mean, I won't have to when it comes out. It's going to happen. Wait,
but
they're doing another.
Another one, yeah, they're teaming up on this one.
Oh, it's a team up?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know. I didn't realize it was an Avengers style movie.
Because they both realize that they're equal. They just can't kill each other. They're just so good.
Oh, I see.
Because when Godzilla shoots his heat ray at King Kong, that's what King Kong's little hammer is for. He absorbs it all, and then he flings it back at him. It's awesome.
Bro, you trying to describe all of these Godzilla King Kong movies together, these monster movies. It sounds like you're trying to describe your friend's Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Bro, what you were saying to me earlier sounded like absolute nonsense. Let me try to reiterate what you said of all the monsters have to fight because Godzilla is trying to establish dominance. King Kong is like, no, we shouldn't do that. So they have to go fight in the underworld where he can take the throne and get his warhammer to fight back. And all I can think is, well, did your DM homebrew the warhammer? What kind of warhammer is it? Dude. Like, it sounds just. This is every D&D discussion I've ever had about someone else's campaign. It's like, yeah, cool.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Wild.
They made it into a movie.
Yeah, this is just
great.
The Godzilla movies are just someone's D&D campaign.
Bro, honestly, that's fine. Like, that's sick. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Godzilla becomes or King Kong becomes like a warrior. Goes to the other world, conquers it, gets his warhammer, starts fighting Godzilla with it. Well, we'll see it next year. So we'll see how that goes. Wait, I honestly, I'm having a hard time deciding. Like, I'm excited to see which one's better, Godzilla, Kong, or Planet of the Apes. It's really going to be a tough decision.
I mean,
currently, right now, I could not describe which one I'm more excited for. They both look amazing. The only thing that like Godzilla and Kong, I was up there, and then they introduced Baby Kong, and I was like, Baby Meta needs to die. Like,
okay,
because every movie now is doing their baby meta. Like Baby Yoda started that whole thing.
Baby Yoda is the reason Hollywood created Baby Kong. Is that what you're saying right now?
100%. We're making baby versions of everything now. We got the baby Spider-Mans in Spider-Man. Remember in Spider-Verse? There was Baby Spider-Man.
They weren't like a talking point, were they? Oh, it was
Peter Parker's baby.
Yeah, it was Nick. I only refer to him as Nick from New Girl because that's who that actor is to me.
New Girl.
His kid in the movie, that was Baby Spider-Man. I know what you're talking about now. I understand what you're saying.
It's the baby meta. Just make everything small and cute, and it'll be hilarious. The Minions that's why the Minions are perfect.
Yeah, I think
they understand. They nailed it.
Yeah, I think you're missing. You were saying that Baby Yoda is the origin of this. I think that's incorrect. I think the Minions was the origin of this idea that then everyone was like, but what if we took an established thing and then made them baby thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we've seen some other like they went to it was a Marvel movie. They did a baby version of something too.
All I know is Baby Mario and Baby Luigi from Mario Kart because those are my two mains in Double Dash.
Yeah, bro.
That's all me.
I'm telling you, Baby Kong's gonna be hyped too, though. But
after you just finished saying this needs to die.
It needs to die, but like it's gonna be fun. But Planet of the Apes is just, bro. Planet of the Apes, like they're talking.
You're
what a glory! When he comes out and says, "What a glorious day!" I immediately was like, "Hand him the Oscars. Hand these monkeys the Oscars. They win.
Easy to please.
They win.
You are so easy to please.
You got me.
The monkeys are talking. Movie of the year.
But when the monkeys start talking in the other movies, it's like, oh, that's hype. Now they're talking. Because before it was like apes strung together, like they're like barely.
And that won every Oscar, you know.
Wait till
So
they sweep.
I
this year.
guess when you say it like that, I guess so.
Sweep.
So if you
The
didn't,
Grammys too. It's not even movie related. They're gonna sweep that too.
you got me right as I was trying to transition out, bro. I was trying to transition out of it.
Sorry,
And you
we
went,
gotta
no,
get
the
back to
Grammys
Godzilla.
too. They got it.
-1. Godzilla -1.
Yeah, if you didn't understand yet, 10 minutes into the podcast, we did go see Godzilla -1 today. What does the -1 stand for? No one knows.
Somebody knows.
Someone knows, or they just were like, we need some kind of subtitle for it. Everyone just say something, and then like 10 people scream something out. They pick this, and we're like, yeah, that sounds cool, whatever that means. But yeah, we saw Godzilla, and that is not a movie I thought I would see, but it was great.
He doesn't know. He's understanding. He's learning slowly.
I was.
He's learning slowly.
Well, I'm not sure how to feel about it now that I know that this was like a one-off compared to there's a world lore or universe thing.
I mean, this could be the start of a universe for Japan.
Because this movie and everything they went through in this was hype.
I think this is Japan's way of trying to revitalize their original Godzilla movie.
Godzilla, yeah.
There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot of Godzilla movies out there.
Well, I know that. I've just never seen it.
So I think the only thing that's confusing is we probably could have just done some research on it, but we like
No.
to keep it fresh.
Incorrect.
Straight from the seat to this seat.
Incorrect. There is no research to be done. You do research if you want to for this podcast, which is what you do. Me, zero research.
I was too amped up about how hype the movie was.
Yeah, you got too into it. I know you're gonna start researching stuff immediately after the
I will.
podcast. If you had your phone with you right now, you'd start doing it as we're recording. But
I need to know the lore. I want to know, but I assume that they're revitalizing this because I mean the movie is open ended, so it's
yeah.
they're gonna revitalize these movies for them, and I hope they do. I'm ready for -2,
Bro.
+1, whatever.
This movie, I knew it was gonna be what we got, right? Of like,
Oh yeah.
Godzilla is walking around and he nukes the world, he nukes the city, and he's just kind of just the tail hits something, and I knew that's what we were gonna get. What I didn't know we were gonna get, which I cared a lot more about, was the insanely emotional arc of the main characters that we got that actually had me crying, actual tears, twice in this movie. I was a baby during Godzilla, okay?
They made a great. Honestly, I told you beforehand. I was like, this movie's gonna be subtitled, but I don't really care because I'm just here for Godzilla. The story without Godzilla was actually really sad and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel all sorts of weird emotions too because it's Japan post World War II. Mm-hmm. So you're like already from the get go of the movie when you find out he's a kamikaze pilot. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I hope he dies.
Yeah.
But like, then you start seeing a redemption arc, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, so I should go. There is a lot that's going on in this movie besides the Godzilla. So I should give Godzilla. So I should give the synopsis real quick for this, if I can process it all. Okay. All right. We're at the end of World War II in Japan. It's like days before the end of World War II. Godzilla shows up on an island that this man who's a kamikaze pilot but has a faulty plane, so we think, shows up to get it fixed. Godzilla shows up, terrorizes everyone, kills everyone except for him. He comes back, not Godzilla, the man. Shinishami, what is his name?
I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it.
Mr. S is what we'll call him. Mr. Stallings. Mr. Stallings goes back home following the end of World War II now. Everything is bombed and destroyed. His family is gone. It's basically post-apocalyptic is what it feels like. Mm-hmm. But he's alive and they are beginning to rebuild. He basically inherits a family by taking care of this young woman and a child that was orphaned that she had found, and starts a life with them. But basically has PTSD throughout the movie, feeling like he should have died because he was a kamikaze who failed that duty.
Got a lot to unpack.
Got a lot to unpack. That's like the first 20 minutes is all that, okay? Multiple years go by. He's now working. He's taking care of. He's doing cleanup stuff for mines. Godzilla shows back up, and he's bigger and badder than ever. And this guy, Mr. Stallings, is there again for the first time. They managed to get away and do some damage to him with a mine in his mouth, and then learn from that. And then, again, this is me talking about someone else's D&D campaign. And then Godzilla shows up in a town called Ginza.
He takes his legendary action and regenerates.
Yes, yes. He takes his legendary action to cast Heat Ray on Ginza in order to nuke it. And again, this guy, Mr. Stallings, my D&D character, is there again. He survives, and from the collapse of Ginza comes a plan of all of these private citizens who are veterans of the World War, and they come up with a plan to trap Godzilla, which actually results in him dying in a different way. I don't need to go into all the details of it, but Mr. Stallings is quite the hero.
He goes crazy.
This sounds extremely arrogant now.
Yeah, Mr. Stallings is a champion.
Yeah, Mr. Stallings. Let me say this about Mr. Stallings. In the movie, of course, Mr. Stallings.
Mr. Stallings.
Mr. Stallings really had an incredible story, an incredible redemption arc.
Saved the world, potentially.
He did. He did save the world. He
Potentially.
He managed to overcome these horrible things that he did, and it's great. It's great. Mr. Stallings is a hero to all.
Look, all I'll say about the movie that is most impressive out of everything going on is a great story.
Yes.
Like the writing. I mean, I know we're only reading the subtitled version, so I'm sure translated it sounds even better. Mm-hmm. I know translations fall apart a little bit, but at least from what we were watching, like, it's written so well.
Yeah.
It is written very well. There's a lot of good moments.
That was definitely the most shocking part of this movie, was that the movie itself is actually a lot more of a drama than it is a thriller or action movie, in my opinion. Like, it was way more of a drama. And personally, that kind of fusion was really enticing, because all the drama stuff was not like... It was all so born out of reality, because it's like he's having PTSD because of World War II, but he's also hiding the fact he's met this dinosaur thing and is like, I don't know how to process that.
Yeah. 100%.
And it felt extremely real to me, which is why I was crying during it. Like, this movie had me... I couldn't believe I was crying at this Godzilla movie.
Yeah, there's some phenomenal like acting going on, and then at the same time, Godzilla is just terrorizing the town, dude. It's awesome. Awesome. So sick.
Yeah.
See, now I was here for some Godzilla action, and I was gladly satisfied that the movie just opens with it.
Yeah.
Like immediately, like 5 minutes in, Godzilla is just chewing people up, flinging them across the island. I was in. I was sold. You had me.
I was thinking about this halfway into the movie, though, in the opening scene when Godzilla shows up, he's like fully bending over in order to bite singular people and then yeet them across the island. When we see him later, I don't think I couldn't process how this thing could bend that way, like fully down, just parallel to himself to grab a person.
Well, I mean...
You're the expert.
It just depends on the lore of it. In the American Godzillas, he gets bigger and he gains more power by going to his shelter, which is where he gets his power from and makes him bigger. So maybe that's what was happening over the course of a couple of years. Because, I mean, it's been years since his first appearance and him actually attacking. He could have just been charging up. Because the same thing happens with King Kong. Yeah. In the first King Kong movie, he's like... exactly what you said, like bending over, and then in Godzilla vs. King Kong, he's as tall as buildings, and they're like, how was he?
I see. Okay.
And so it's kind of like over time they grow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
yeah.
Like that could have been a kid Godzilla versus teenager Godzilla.
Yeah.
Or, teenager versus adult version.
Yeah.
So they're just getting bigger as time goes on, the more they consume. So that could have been what it is, because you're right. He was a lot bigger.
Yeah. I just wasn't. I wasn't able. I wasn't thinking about like time had passed during it, but it was only 2 years, which is why I didn't think it was that much. But that makes more sense if he like grows
charging up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. He looked good too. Like the effects for this, the special effects. It was very scaly and gross looking.
Yeah.
But there are some goofy like. It's not look Godzilla. That's the thing about Godzilla is I love when they have it not looking perfectly scary, because there's moments when he's just standing there and you're just kind of laughing because he's so awkward looking.
It's the arms. Yeah. It's the arms. When he is full, it's the first appearance in Ginzy when he is standing fully upright and it's just the arms are just floating there.
Yeah.
They're just like, it's supposed to be like a T-Rex, but it's like, why does the thing even have the arms at this point? Like, just drop them. He doesn't need arms. They're so small.
Put them by your side.
He's not like reaching up and trying to grab anything. His mouth does that. For everything. Get rid of the arms.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when we're having a fight in the ocean, he's like, we were making jokes during it because it looked like a person was inside of a pool that was too cold. And he's trying to like get acclimated to it. And he's just, the arms are up. And he's like, yeah. And there's a plane flying over and he's like, I don't know what to do about this. It's too cold.
Yeah.
Like,
or the first time when he's in Ginzy and he has the train in his mouth, we were looking at each other. It looked like a dog just walking around with like a toy. This is mine.
This Godzilla reminds me more and more of my family's dog Tito, we joke about this all the time, that his main way of showing affection about anything is just by biting.
Yep.
It's through not painfully, but the mouth is everything to him. That's all he does. Yeah. And so holding the toy, like holding the train as his toy, just, this is mine.
This is my toy.
This is mine. And there's a person inside of it screaming and crying and almost dead. This is mine. I'm not moving. He just doesn't move with it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's so awkward looking, and he's just like, this is my toy. And he's walking through the city, you know, just destroying buildings, but also has a little train in his mouth.
Dude, I also love, there was one moment during the Ginzy attack that was happening where there's a group of 5 men on top of a building and they are reporting about this. And there's a guy, the main guy who's the reporter, is like extremely like dramatic about what he's saying because he's he knows he's doing a show, but also Godzilla is destroying the building across the street. It's not far at all, and they're just like, they're all just standing there just watching this like it's fine.
Yeah.
But I could not get over that, and then the building falls over and they die, and it's like, bro, leave.
It's funny. I mean, that's just how it was for them at that time period of like, you know, you die for your, like if they were willing to send people in a plane and just throw them at things, they were gonna make them just stay there and just report till you die. You're gonna die a journalist.
Why are they on top? The thing is destroying buildings, and your choice is to put the reporters on top of a building that is going to collapse.
Gotta get a good shot. I mean, it's like, you know, when reporters are in the middle of a hurricane and they're like, yeah, we're hearing this hurricane.
Bro, it was like radio. It was radio, though.
Somebody had a camera, didn't they?
No, they had like mics on it.
Oh, I thought somebody had a camera.
I think if anything, they probably did have a camera to take photos, but they had the radio for everything.
So silly.
So just be at the other side of the city with binoculars looking at it.
Dude, when he launches that first heat ray, though, oh my god.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was odd. Just watching every scale pop up so in depth like that, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my. Whew. Got me hot. I was in that theater like, yes. Shoot him.
You're bloodthirsty, bro.
Oh, bro. I mean, these movies are awesome. That's the Godzilla. He's destructive.
Yeah, Godzilla, nuke him. Do it.
The more destructive he is, the better the story of the guy, because it's like it really is more at risk here. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like if he wasn't doing stuff like that, it would have been like, oh, we could just put a big old net on him and just like trap him down.
Well, that was partially, I had a different plan for how to take down Godzilla when we were seeing stuff in action at the end.
Let me hear it.
Which was, it seems very easy to lure Godzilla away with a single plane. So if you could like designate a certain zone of the earth to like, okay, this is the Godzilla playpen area, and we send in one guy on a plane to continue luring him around for 24 hours, and Godzilla's gonna keep bombing everything.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep nuking everything. You're gonna dodge it because our planes get more and more sophisticated, and we just keep him there.
It's like a Jurassic World, you know, and they have a little play area for the raptors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna work out great.
Yeah, but this I'm thinking this is in the middle of the Pacific, okay, where nothing is anywhere, and it's just like, this is the zone. Take him to the trash heap thing in the Pacific, right?
All right, let him eat the trash.
Take him there. He'll destroy all the trash. He'll destroy the trash, and it'll be fun. You just keep having pilots overhead who continue to. You could use drones. Eventually, use drones to do it too, so no one's dying.
He's
Yeah,
like splashing around. He's got a little rubber ducky. It's like an old sunken ship. We just send it out to him. He's
yeah.
like,
It's just every time we have this, just okay. Yeah, there's America, there's Canada up top, there's Japan and Korea and Russia, and then in between, that's the Godzilla zone. No one go there.
dude,
That's fine.
there was a scene in this movie. It reminded me of something else. Have you ever seen Madagascar?
Yes.
You know the hippo that goes across the lake, and he's like, "I like 'em big."
Oh, Moto.
Moto?
Yes.
There's a scene towards the end where Godzilla's like sailing through the water, and it's just his eyes above the water, and that's all the shot
Yeah.
is. So it's just like this, him like going through. It reminded me so much of that scene
Yeah.
of Moto going across.
Yeah.
I was trying so hard not to laugh because it's so intense. Like what's happening on screen is so intense, but all I can think of is, I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky.
Dude, you're totally right, bro. There was something about the eyes when it was in the water swimming that felt very odd. It felt like dead inside.
Its face was, so it's like Godzilla looks so cool, but its face was off.
Yeah.
Its face felt very weird.
Especially I'm remembering this now. When he was walking through Ginza, he's again, the arms are just here and he's walking through. But for some reason they had it that his face, he's just smiling. He just had a big comical grin on. Just, here I go.
Yeah.
Not moving like at all on it.
The facial expression for sure was kind of weird. Everything else on him looked great. I mean, it's a nitpicky thing, but it's kind of funny. Like, it's not even a complaint. It's funny to look at because you're like, Godzilla.
Yeah.
I
It wasn't really it didn't impact anything for me. It was just like I kept noticing this stuff, and it's like, that's him. That's Godzilla. He looks weird.
But they made him look good. The scaly, in-depth like texture on his skin, it's like uncomfortable to look at. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun watching him just terrorize. I will say it's very interesting talking about the other side of the war. Thinking of like war from the Japanese perspective. Mm-hmm. Like that was really cool to see. A very unique idea to throw into the movie. Like you didn't have to make the movie be around World War II and specifically right after Japan is lost. Like that's a huge point in history, but like we don't see anything about that. 100%. And I just recently watched Band of Brothers and the Pacific, which the Pacific is all about World War II, but from the Japan like Marines in Japan.
Okay.
And there are moments towards the end of the show which I really love. They do it in both shows. There's moments where when the war is over, both sides of the military look at each other like man to man and realize we've just been fighting a war for like there's a moment where we know we've won over Japan, and they're just looking at each other and they're just like, you're a soldier, I'm a soldier, we have a mutual respect now. Yeah. And it's crazy. It's so something you don't think about. Even in Band of Brothers, they did this with the Nazis. They have like a whole moment where they have them to send away, and the Nazi general's like, can I just talk to my guys for a minute? Mm-hmm. And he's like complimenting them, like, soldiers, you died for what you thought was right, and you fought for your families and your loved ones. And like the U.S. soldiers are sitting there like, dang, they really do kind of just be like us at the end of the day. We're just humans. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? No matter the motto, we're just humans. Yeah. And so like that, they kind of humanize that a little bit on this side as well, where it's like, from our perspective, he's a kamikaze pilot.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing. But
Yeah.
in their perspective, it's like, we're just humans. We just don't want war anymore. We're over it.
Yeah.
We don't want to do this.
Especially, there was a part that you had brought up on the drive back here that I do think was very... I did not expect to have a moment like this in the movie where the guy who's come up with the plan for how to take down Godzilla is basically giving a speech to the main authority people of like, hey, he's coming, it's going to happen tomorrow. That's what we're predicting. We need to mobilize. And then goes into a speech about Japan at the time not valuing life, and then listing off a ton of things about like their planes never had ejection seats. They had kamikaze and suicide planes, like all this stuff that he just starts going into, and you're like, wow, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally understand, because looking back at it, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Why would my country want me to like, there's a difference between being willing to die for your country and death is the end.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the thing that was so profound to me about the main character, Mr. Stallings.
Yeah.
Was that his character was so unique to me in that his whole story, being that his original job that he disobeyed was to be a kamikaze, and he disobeyed that. And now the rest of his life, he's thinking, I was supposed to die. I have no honor. And my life, like this, none of this means anything now. And it was so, like that was not a life sucks, and so I'm depressed or suicidal. It was I was ordered to do a thing. I am supposed to be dead right now. Yeah. And so the rest of his life, he's walking around feeling like a ghost.
And
like,
it's crazy to see people shaming him too.
Yeah, gets home immediately and is like, you're the reason we lost because of people like you not wanting to
die for us.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane to me to think about.
Like this movie went hard.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, that's probably has some truth to it. There probably were people like that.
Yeah.
They're just shamed, and that's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like anybody who comes home, I'm sure feels some sense of like, you know, like could have been me kind of scenario.
Yeah. But specifically with him, like he's lying to everyone he meets about what he did.
Yeah.
Specifically as a fighter.
Like, I never saw action. And it's like, no, you did. You just didn't do it.
Yeah. Because eventually it comes out where he mentions I was a kamikaze, and everyone around understands, oh, so you were lying to us. Also, the fact that you're here means that you are a coward. Like,
crazy.
It was so interesting because of that kind of storyline. Like, that was a really unique way to go about this movie.
Yeah, a very, very interesting. You're right. It was a wild storyline. I mean, it helps build to the point of how they end up taking down Godzilla, which is cool.
Yeah.
But as it's going on, I told you, I was like, this is weird that, like, we're watching a kamikaze redemption arc, and I'm cool with it. Like,
you're right.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
But it is cool at the end, you know, he does value life. And that's something that's beautiful, is everybody's like, no, just choose to live, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Back then, when we were all mad and whatnot, we all thought it was worth.
Yeah.
We don't need to be like that.
Even the main mechanic guy who believed at the time that Godzilla killing everyone on the original island at the beginning is this guy's fault as well. Yeah. We see him have an arc of forgiveness too, and being like, no, you need to live. You cannot. You're alive for a reason. Like, so you need to live. Like, that was this was truly, I cared about, like, Godzilla was fun, but bro, all of the stuff, every character around Godzilla in this movie, holy cow.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
I loved this movie.
Yeah, they did a great job with creating a fun story to watch.
Yeah.
Kind of just makes Godzilla much more terrorizing because you don't want him to die.
Yes, I think that's exactly what they were trying to do. It was smart because it made it, like, spoiler, the wife getting, or Noriko getting yeeted from the heat ray blast. Holy crap, I wanted to cry again. I was so upset. Awesome. I was so upset.
He just goes flying.
Yeah. That made me so sad.
Dude, Godzilla's so cool. I'm so sick. That heat ray thing is so cool. When he shoots the boat towards the end, I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, unleash.
Yep. Just nukes the boat.
Oh, like, so sick.
Yeah, that I just took the terror from it and was like, yeah, I'm glad I don't live in a world with this thing.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what we would do today if that thing just came out the ocean. I mean, that is terrible. I mean, we probably would defeat it a whole lot faster.
I think we would all. I think this may be an interesting take. I think we would all try to convince ourselves it's not real, and then everyone on Twitter and media everywhere would start talking about like, but have you seen it? Like, is it really there? It's in the ocean. Something else could have done it. Maybe it was a failed missile from us that blew up the thing in the ocean.
Yeah.
We would take way too long to respond to the thing here from America now. We'd all go, well, I mean, none of us were there. Like, it could be a lie. Could be a lie. Like, are we sure?
Could have been, yeah.
Who's lying?
Yeah, could have been North Korea.
I wasn't there.
Somebody would take credit for it too. That's the thing.
Someone would take credit for it, and then
it was us. It was us.
And
We
then
did it.
and then we go, well, maybe they were supposed to do that. You know, maybe I don't know. Like when the thing finally arrives at California or on the East Coast, then we'll go, oh right, nuke it. Like,
see you later, bud. Nuke that thing.
Yeah. As long as it's far away, we'll go, well, I guess.
That thing is crazy, bro. That thing is so big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what would happen nowadays. I mean, we would, I don't know. It would probably get defeated. I think
it would. Yeah.
Take some time, but faster than what these guys did.
Yeah.
Dude, that was such a silly idea. It made sense what they were talking about, like
with the bubbles
and then depressurizing it. But watching them explain it and be like, all right, now we add some bubbles. Oh, the whole room. Oh, we're gonna sink it.
Yeah, he's like, so you would think that the wood would continue to float, even if there are bubbles underneath. And everyone in the room chimes in and goes, yeah, duh, idiot. And then he's like, but wait,
adds the gas. And
he goes down.
Yeah, hilarious.
Awesome take. He
looked cool though when he came back up, and you do see his skin become deep, pressurized and depressurized like that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. Like, it was a cool plan. It was just them phrasing it around the bubbles part. I know that was Doc trying to dumb it down.
Yeah,
for
100%.
For them. To make them understand this is the plan and it will work. Here's the proof. I understood what he was trying to do, but also it was just so funny to be like, hey, this mega Titan thing is here and it nuked Ginza and it's going towards Tokyo now.
Yeah, here it is.
Here's the plan. Is we insert a lot of bubbles around it.
Oh my god! Bubbles!
You can't be serious, Doc.
Finding Nemo bubbles. that
was a wild idea.
That was hilarious. Hey, but it worked. And then, and then out of nowhere, we're all here. All the tugboats.
Yeah. They all show up at the exact same time, bro.
Oh, that was awesome, bro. That was their Avengers Endgame moment.
I also love that it cuts to suddenly all of the tugboats are just attached to the side of the boats already.
Look, that would have taken hours to do. We don't got hours.
How long has Godzilla been 800 meters below? And he's just like, hey, you ready?
Floating around, just.
Hey, I'm ready. What are we doing? Hello?
Yeah. Hello? I'm regenerating.
You have this attached to me still. Get it off.
I'm literally regenerating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we just cut to everyone is suddenly attached to the boats within seconds. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Yeah, that was interesting. But I mean, it was cool. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, when that Godzilla comes back up, and he's just like, thanks for bringing me back up, boys.
Yeah.
Time to nuke.
Yeah. All I was thinking during that was if he comes up and he's still alive, it's kind of like, all right, we sent him on a trampoline, I guess. We just shot a reverse trampoline. We shot him down and just brought him up. And that's it. We just moved him.
Yeah, what was the plan bringing him back up? Because they need to confirm he's dead.
The plan was to double up on using water pressure against him. That's what it was. So they, it was a solid idea of use the pressure of sending him 1,500 meters down instantly. If he doesn't die because he's Godzilla, then we just yeet him back up. It was a little weird for them to come up with that plan via about 20 air mattresses. That was odd to me. But we bring him back up, so now we deal with the pressure for a second time. which that's why we saw him just like totally. He was messed up.
Deteriorating,
Yeah. But that allowed him to be weak enough.
But like, what do you do when you bring him up and he's still alive? It's like,
yeah, we needed a different plan at the end there.
well, it was good serving with you soldiers.
Because the end of Plan B makes it that Godzilla is now just back up where he started, and he is going to nuke you.
He's pissed.
Yeah,
he's so pissed.
They needed a Plan C. You don't fight Godzilla with 2 plans. You go in there with 5 or 6 or 10.
100%.
Like,
you got to be ready. But I mean, you got 10 days to get ready, so it's hard to prepare multiple plans.
well, 7 of those days were spent finding the mechanic for some reason. That was
I
a little.
understand that. It was. I mean, I get why.
I understood the emotional thing. I understood the emotional part of it, but also like it's like war is going on, bro. There's a ton of mechanics. You'll find the right person. I know why he wanted this specific guy. But when like the fate of your country is on the line, it's like, no, bro. We'll find him eventually.
Anybody.
We're not doing this right now.
Anybody can do this, please.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they wouldn't have put in an ejector seat though. So maybe that's
true. Maybe
in some way he knew like it was like redemption to you, sir.
Yeah. Maybe.
That was so sweet that he put one in there. That was so sweet. He's
Did
like,
the bare minimum with the plane?
Yeah, he's like, get out, just live. That was sweet. That was a really good moment.
It was a
Just
good
live.
moment, but it's just so funny to be like that. It's funny, but it's also ridiculous that there was a time where they were not putting in ejection seats.
Yeah.
So him putting one in is like, no, I value you as a person now. Like, I know what you were supposed to do, but I'm giving you the opportunity to actually get out.
Look, bro, it's war,
Mm-hmm.
The war times, it's over. We don't need to be like that no more.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put in the seat for you. It didn't take. I promise, it didn't take me any amount of time.
Yeah.
I could have done it on every single plane they had me working on. They would not. They were rushing us the whole time.
Didn't allow it.
They wouldn't allow it. I told them it would take an extra 20 minutes to install it every time. They went, nope, ship it off now.
I love the way they approach that with the civilians when they're like, look, you guys aren't government. This isn't military. You can leave.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And people leave. I loved that part. I thought that was like, so moving because they really did show like, look, we value you guys. I can't guarantee you're all gonna live, but I can't guarantee it'll work. Like, it won't work.
Yeah.
Stick around or don't. But either way, if we don't do anything, then that's worse than us all dying.
Yeah. Something has to happen. But I loved that there was an entire subplot going on, or like a theme in general of you live in a world that had. You live in a country that was a part of the wrong side of history for one of the most deadly wars ever. And now, in the aftermath of that, after you've been devastated by it, how do you proceed forward? You can't proceed the way you were anymore. It's not your world anymore. And so seeing that from like the authority figures of being like, not only were we seeing a loss of morale amongst everyone in the country, basically, just trying to get a footing to do something. But now the authority people are like, bro, like we're not going to be, if you want to go, like you already fought in the war one time. Like, we get it. This time you can leave if you want.
Yeah.
We just are the people who have the capability to try this. Like, that was very moving to me.
Yeah.
Because that is an idea that I don't think I've ever seen fully explored in a movie before. And again, I don't know why it was explored in the Godzilla movie. -1.
Pay its respects.
-1. I don't know why it was set up like that.
Yeah, maybe the original like old movies had something to do with that, but I never watched them. Okay, because like
Old news.
Old news.
I
tried to watch it, and I see Godzilla, and it's just a dude in a costume.
He's like 12 feet tall.
Like,
he's on stilts, but that's not tall enough.
Look at the Godzilla I grew up with versus those Godzillas. You really think I want to go back and watch them? Like,
yeah, no.
I understand. Like, I don't know. I've always been one of those kind of people I get the history behind it and that it's a classic. But like, bro, my version is 10 times better.
Well, you have to pay respect to the
cool.
fact that all of them are based on a true story as well. Like
100%.
the true the true creature of the legends that we believe that, and we developed as we discovered more tablets about it. Like,
Yeah,
that's
the more
important.
tablets.
That's important. Okay. Well, that's why he was only 12 feet tall originally. Was that we thought this? Don't laugh at me for this. This is true.
Because you're right. That is a thing that they talk about in the Godzilla Kong.
Wait, is it?
In those universes, there are like, it dates back to like prehistoric like tablets, like King Kong is literally like. King Kong is the last of the Kongs.
Okay.
There used to be Kongs roaming the island.
I see.
Like the people in the town worship them as their god because they've been around since forever. So they literally have like markings on the wall.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, bro.
You gotta watch those movies, dude. The King Kong Godzilla has one of my favorite. No, not King Kong versus Godzilla. It's just the King Kong, the Skull Island one.
Mm-hmm.
Has one of my favorite kills in any of these movies, these monster movies.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome. It's a whole scene where King Kong is fighting the raptors that live on this island because the Kongs die off to these raptors who are taking over more and more. And the raptors are going to end up ruling the island.
Okay.
But Kong is its last hope. And there's a whole scene where the people who are stranded, who are trying to help out King Kong, who are trying to help him, one guy, he has all these grenades and he's standing there and he's like, the raptor's going to eat me and I'm going to kill it. I love you guys. And he goes out to go do it and he has these like grenades on him and he like pulls the pin ready to get eaten and the raptor just looks at him, whips its tail at him and just launches him into a wall.
Oh my gosh.
It's so cool. It's like such like a sad like, wow, he's really boom, whoop, it just blows up. And it's like, oh,
all right. We didn't think about that.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And it's like a character. It's not like, I mean, he's not like a major part of the movie, but he's been around the whole movie.
Yeah.
So they just send him off into a wall and he just blows up. And you're like, oh, okay. Very cool sacrifice, bud.
Very cool. Very good.
I'll show you it after this. It's such a great moment, bro. There's just some of the kills are just hilarious.
Yeah. That does sound.
And for no reason, John C. Reilly is like one of the main characters too. It's kind of hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine John C. Reilly in like he's the guy that's been on this island for like 20, 30 years who landed here in the middle of World War II.
Of course.
Crash landed, and now he's here in like the 70s, and he's like, oh, did the Cubs win yet? Oh, he's one of those guys.
On the top of everyone's mind, if they have not been back to America in a long time, is did the Cubs win?
Sadly, the answer was always no.
Always no.
Always no. Unless, if you didn't come back until like 2016.
2016 is when it happened. But that was the only thing on people's minds if they were lost for a bit. They come back and the first thing they ask, did the Cubs win yet? No.
Sorry.
Then why'd I come back?
Yeah.
Then why am I here?
Why am I here?
That was the only thing I was looking forward to. That's it.
Oh man, bro!
Yeah.
These monster movies are fun. You got to watch some of these. Look, we need to have a night where we just watch. Really, just a weekend. I'll come stay the night. Okay. I'll cozy up on like a Friday night. We'll start off with some Planet of the Apes, and then Saturday morning I'll cook us some brunch.
Okay.
I'll make some eggs and bacon, a whole workings.
Okay.
And we'll watch the next Planet of the Apes movies. We'll finish that off. We'll get lunch. We'll cleanse ourselves. Maybe dinner.
We'll be done with all the Planet of the Apes movies by lunch on the Saturday.
I'm thinking we want, because there's 3 or 4 Planet of the Apes movies. So, it's been a while. But we can watch them all between like Friday night to like Saturday lunchtime-ish. And then we take some time, a couple hours of detox, and we get like a late lunch, early dinner kind of thing.
Okay.
Come back here, and we start watching the Godzilla Kong movies. Okay. And then we fix it all that up till Sunday night, and then we go watch King Kong and Godzilla.
Okay,
all right. Watch the Planet of the Apes. We could maybe make it 2 separate weekends. I just need to show you all these great.
But this is all in preparation for the Godzilla Kong.
X Kong, and then the rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, I see. I mean, if you're making breakfast on one of the days, then
look, dude,
that's very enticing in this economy. That's a huge proposition. Now
I'm there. Like I will gladly do it. I love those movies.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I've been wanting to rewatch them. Like I saw it the other day. I think it was on, I don't know, one of the streaming platforms, and I was gonna rewatch it, and I was like, nah, I gotta wait for David. He's got to see it soon. So.
Wow. Okay. It's so kind of you to be waiting for me.
Maybe I'll just watch it again.
Watch it
Whatever,
again.
I'll
We'll watch it
times.
after. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Hey, you gotta just start with James Franco to now Monkeys Rule the World.
That's right.
Crazy. It's crazy progression, really.
The natural progression, of course.
It's reverse. It's reverse. What's the word I'm looking for?
Psychology.
No. Evolution. It's reverse evolution. We start with man and end on monkey.
Right. Yeah. All right. So, Banana Meter.
Wow, we did a whole episode talking about the movie.
We didn't go off. I mean, we had a little bit of tangents, but like,
It was related.
It was all related. We did not go like super far off. Look, the movie genuinely had so much to talk about, though.
It was a great
It was
movie.
so good. Like, I loved this movie. Okay, I already got my score like locked in. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, bring him in.
Oh, like he's walking in like
wow, he's just
he has a little
stomping
toy
his
in
feet.
his mouth. Look at him.
Oh, that's my
So cute.
Yeah, that's the Christmas train set that I was putting out. Okay, thank you. Drop it. No.
I'm gonna do that after this. I'm gonna look up Godzilla Minion crossover. I feel like a Godzilla Minion actually would be funny.
That would be great.
He's so cute. Just walking through.
All right, put it down. We're just gonna jump in.
Down. We're gonna go right into it.
We're gonna go right into it.
Stop,
We're just gonna
stop,
put it
don't
down.
Step on it.
God.
Don't step on it.
They've been stepping
Guys are
on it
ridiculous.
so often, bro.
These guys are ridiculous.
It's unreal. Get out. All right.
Can't believe these guys.
All right. Do you want to go first or me?
You know what? I'll start it off.
All right.
Godzilla -1. I really am having a hard time finding any fault in the movie because I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I love Godzilla. If I had to think of one fault, it would be that it's too much not Godzilla time, and I need more Godzilla time.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, it gets like a 98.
Okay.
Very high rating because Godzilla part's satisfying, but I need more Godzilla.
Yeah.
Less lovey-dovey, more terrorized.
A consistent issue for you. Less lovey-dovey.
-1 point to that, 97.
97.
For
Okay.
the movie title.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah.
That's where I'm gonna leave it. I like a 97 for because it was a great movie. The
Yeah.
story was really heartbreaking and great at moments, but like I need more Godzilla.
Yeah. I mean, for me, my issue was the opposite. I actually love all the drama stuff. It was a perfect amount of Godzilla for me because I said it earlier. I was like, if this is all just gonna be him running around, it's like whatever. But going hard into their drama story that they came up with, oh my gosh, and using Godzilla as the backdrop to make it even more heartbreaking, very perfect for me. It was so good to me. And as what you just said as well, I do have to pay respects to the title of the movie of -1, where they already tell us we have to deduct a point.
Yeah,
So for me, I like what you said. I really don't see any faults with the movie. It hit again. It's all subjective. If you wanted more Godzilla, you probably aren't going to like it as much as I did. But it was perfect amount for me.
You're gonna like it still.
And I loved the story. Because it felt like a period piece as well to me. So for me, it's a 99.
-1. Oh no!
No.
Minus that.
The minus is in there already.
Yeah, perfect.
So I bro, I cried. I cried twice in this movie, bro. Like they had me. They had me. I was a sucker for Mr. Shinishami.
Yeah, I definitely felt the emotional aspects of this whole kid thing. But I just wanted more Godzilla. But it was still, I mean, if you're a fan of Godzilla, you're going to enjoy this because the Godzilla moments are epic.
Yeah.
And it just tickles all the right Godzilla fancies you have.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Look, the fact that they get straight to just the heat ray thing was already like perfect because and I think one of the other Godzilla movies, I think the first one, it takes like all the way till the end. It's like, bro.
For them to discover he has a hyper beam.
Heat ray, give it to me straight off the bat. Let's just not dilly dally. We all know he has it.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise.
Well, because it upped the stakes so much for the movie where he was already, I loved how they did it, where he's already in Ginza destroying it and nothing is going to change that. And thousands of people are already dying. And then suddenly it's like, oh, let's make the situation even worse.
Yeah.
Nuke. Like that was a great use of the tools for Mr. Zilla.
Mr. Zilla, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it.
It's good.
That's good.
I did not cry.
Because you have a heart made of stone.
Let me tell you why I didn't cry, David.
You have a heart made
I let
of
out
metal.
all my tears earlier this week when I watched a movie.
You can't bring this up at the end of the episode. You can't bring this up. You can't do this.
I watched it.
You
I
can't.
broke our strike.
You
our
can't.
historical strike of everything, everywhere, all at once.
You even said the name wrong. I can't.
I
believe
did it.
you.
I watched it, David, and I cried a lot. I cried.
Good for you.
Heavy.
Good for you. I was prepared for Godzilla.
Man, just nothing is better than that movie.
That's a huge statement you've just said. That's a massive statement.
It's a good thing to end on. It's a great movie. A24, well done.
Yep.
Just had to tell you.
Well, good for you. Thank you so much for listening to Straight Dude Date Night. We do hope you enjoy. As usual, if you want to support us, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if you listen there. Follow us on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, all that. And tell a friend. And we thank you. And don't be scared of the Godzilla. Those are my words.
We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Whatever that was.